Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So, we will now discuss the Fibonacci sequence in the Fibonacci formula. So, you are expected to define the Fibonacci sequence, identify the recursive formula for Fibonacci sequence, and then find the nth term of the sequence using the given recursive formula, and then we will define the Bennett's formula. And lastly but not the least, we can find the nth term of the Fibonacci sequence by using the Bennett's formula. So, if you're not familiar with the Fibonacci sequence, it is the sequence that the first term and the second term are all equal to 1. Tapos, yung third term po, makukuha yan by adding the previous two terms. So, in this illustration, as you see, n is equal to 1. That is, the first term is equal to 1, and the second term is also equal to 1. So, for the third term, you can see that the third term of the Fibonacci sequence is equal to 2. So that is derived from by adding the two previous terms, which are 1 and 1. So 1 plus 1, that is 2. And then to get the fourth term, you can add the second term and saka third term. So that is 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. For the fifth term naman, you have the number 5. So that is the sum of the third and fourth term. So, as a summary, so nakukuha po natin yung nth term ng Fibonacci sequence by adding the two previous terms. So, for example, ang kukunin ko ay si F20, F sub 20. So, 20 term yun ng Fibonacci sequence. So, para mahanap ko yun, I should have the value of the 18th term at saka 19th term. So, pag i-add ko si F sub 18 and F sub 19, so I have the F sub 20. So let us have this definition. A recursive definition for a sequence is one in which each successive term of the sequence is defined by using some of the preceding terms. If we use the mathematical notation f sub n to represent the nth Fibonacci number, then the numbers in the Fibonacci sequence are given by the following recursive definition. So, ito po yung sinasabi ko kanina na definition. F sub 1 is equal to 1. F sub 2 is also equal to 1. And then we have this formula. F sub n is equal to F sub n minus 1 plus F sub n minus 2. So, itong F sub n minus 1 at saka F sub n minus 2, those are the two previous terms before F sub n. So, this is applicable for n is greater than or equal to 3. So, ma'am, bakit po nag-start sa 3? Bakit hindi kay 1 at saka kay 2? Because we already have the value of f sub 1 and f sub 2 given by the definition. So, let us consider this example. Use the definition of Fibonacci numbers to find the 7th and 8th Fibonacci numbers. So, we are given the first 6 Fibonacci numbers, which are 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, and 8. So, the 7th Fibonacci number is the sum of the two previous Fibonacci numbers. So, we have this formula, recursive formula. F sub 7 is equal to F sub 6 plus F sub 5. So, by the given, we already have the value of f sub 6, which is 8, and f sub 5, which is equal to 5. So 8 plus 5, that is equal to 13. So that is the value of f sub 7. So same process, you can get the 8th Fibonacci number by adding the 7th Fibonacci number and the 6th Fibonacci number, which are equal to 13 and 8. So 13 plus 8, that is equal to 21. So you have this exercise. Use the definition of Fibonacci numbers to find the 9th Fibonacci number. So you already have the idea for the recursive formula of the Fibonacci number. So magiging madali na lang po para kunin nyo yung pang-9 na Fibonacci numbers. Okay, so we have the properties of Fibonacci numbers. So, in this lesson, in this topic, madidetermine nyo kung yung given na property ng Fibonacci numbers is true or false. Uh, Take note that we have the so-called statement. So, statement, it's either true or false. So, for the properties of Fibonacci numbers in this topic, we can determine if the given property is true or false. So, ang gagamitin lang po natin na reasoning sa topic na to ay by observation, that is by inductive reasoning. Anyways, we will discuss the types of reasoning, inductive reasoning at saka deductive reasoning sa mga next na lesson natin. So, ngayon, ang gagamitin lang natin ay by observation. So, we have this example. If n is even, then f sub n is an odd number. So, yung n na yan yung n that is the number of Fibonacci number. I mean, kung pang ilan siya. Kung pang 10, pang 11. Pag sinabi mo naman na f sub n, that is the exact value of the given Fibonacci number. So, if n is even, then f sub n is an odd number. So, ano man yung mga even numbers natin? We have 2, 4, 6. So, siguro alam nyo na yung 0 is considered as even number. So, ang even number natin, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, and so on. No? So, an examination of Fibonacci numbers show that the second Fibonacci number 1 is odd. In the fourth Fibonacci number 3 is odd. But the sixth Fibonacci number 8 is even. Thus, the statement given, if n is even, then f sub n is an odd number is false. So, bakit siya naging false? Because for the sixth Fibonacci number, ang corresponding value ng f sub n is 8. So, that is a contradiction to the given statement. Kasi, ang number ay 6. Tapos, ang value ng Fibonacci doon ay 8. Pero, yung given sa statement ay odd number daw yung f sub n, which contradicts na yung 8 ay even. So, the given statement is false. So, for the letter B, 2 f sub n minus f sub n minus 2 is equal to f sub n plus 1 for n is greater than or equal to 3. So, take note, may given po na condition, restriction that n must start with 3. Kasi this inequality na n greater than or equal to 3, that means mag-start ka kay 3 pataas. Okay, so let us now experiment. So, dapat i-try natin for several values kasi hindi po pwede na i-examine mo lang sa isang value na magsasabi ka na ng true at saka false. So, you should examine a given statement by replacing n by several values. For instance, I have the value of n is equal to 7. So, I can replace the subscript n by 7. So, I have 2f7 minus f5 is equal to f8. So, the value of f sub 7 is 13. F sub 5 naman po ay 5. F sub 8 is 21. So, let us now see or examine if they are really equal. So, 2 times 13, that is 26. Minus 5, that is equal to 21. So, 21 is equal to 21. So, kahit anong itry nyo na value ng n, pwede nyo itry si 8, 9, magsasatisfy yung statement na yan. So, ang tanong, ma'am, pwede po bang yung n palitan ko ng 2? So, no. Kasi po, may given siya na condition that n must be greater than or equal to 3. So, mag-start ka lang kay 3 pataas. Okay? So, we have this exercise para ma-practice nyo rin po yung pag-determine if the given property of Fibonacci numbers is true or false. So, we have the formula, Bennett's formula. It is an explicit formula used to find the nth term of the Fibonacci sequence. It is so named because it was derived by mathematician Philip Murray Bennett, no? So we have this formula. 1 over square root of 5 multiplied to the 1 plus square root of 5 over 2 raised to the power of n minus 1 minus square root of 5 over 2 to the power of n. So, yung 1 plus square root of 5 over 2 which is equal to 1.618, that is, yan yung tinatawag natin na golden ratio. So, in this formula, hindi nyo na, di ba kasi yung sa ginamit natin na recursive formula, kailangan mo pa yung value ng two previous term. For example, hahanapin ko si f sub 35 na kailangan akan si f sub 34 o si f sub 33. So, kay Bennett's formula, hindi mo na kailangan yung two previous terms. So, gagamitin mo lang yung formula to find the nth term of the Fibonacci sequence. So, I have the example. By the way, dito, yan po ay f sub 15 to. Sorry, technical error. So, this is f sub 15 po yan, ha. So, f sub 15 is equal to 1 over square root of 5. So, by using the formula, i-replace ko yung n ng 15. So, I have the answer 610. So, simply by pressing the numbers into calculator, makukuha mo na yung answer.